film Cave of Forgotten Dreams was about the discovery of some of the first cave paintings done by Paleolithic people. Filmmaker Werner Herzog speculates the paintings may perhaps reflect the awakening of the modern human soul as art and music became essential expressions of our humanity. This documentary made me wonder, what is the relationship between art and the spirit of being human? First, let's review some background information about the cave. The Chauvet Cave is located in southern France and was discovered in 1994 by Jean-Marie Chauvet and cavers. In the cave, they discovered high-quality and extremely old paintings dated between 30,000 and 33,000 years ago. Paintings of predatory animals, such as lions, panthers, bears, owls, rhinos, and hyenas, were discovered in the Chauvet Cave rather than the commonly hunted animals like cattle and reindeer that are usually depicted in Paleolithic cave art. There are also no paintings of humans other than the lower half of a woman and the lower body of a man with the upper body of a bison. There are a few theories as to why humans were not typically painted. Paleolithic people believed in the concepts of fluidity and permeability, meaning they believed there were no barriers between humans, animals, plants, or in the world of spirits. A man could be transformed into an animal or vice versa, or a wall could speak to a human, or a shaman could send their spirit to visit the supernatural world. Because of these concepts, it is possible the Paleolithic people did paint other humans, just not in the human form, represented by animals. Furthermore, animals may have been drawn simply because they felt animals were important to their existence. Perhaps painting animals documented hunting expeditions or gave them hope to catch the animal painted. Although we will never know exactly what the paintings mean, we get a glimpse of the life of the Paleolithic people. Their art reflects their life and beliefs as well as myths and traditional practices. This art form can never be recreated, like many others, because of its foundation in the culture of the Paleolithic people that cannot be replicated or re-experienced. Fast forwarding to the present, art is extremely different and continuously evolving, but serves the same purposes. Prehistoric art was the only written form of communication Paleolithic people had. Although today we have languages, art often communicates ideas more effectively than words and touches humans in a way words cannot. In addition to communication, art serves as an outlet for creative expression, whether it be prehistoric cave paintings, music such as Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, or movies like On the Waterfront, Gattaca, and Citizen Kane. It represents the current culture of certain regions and/or people. It represents what's going on in the world. To further investigate the question, what is the relationship between art and the spirit of being human, we must first answer the question, what is art?
My definition of art is anything that makes you feel something.
To me, art is like a collection of moments that's unique and no one else can create it but you.
Art to me is a way of communicating what I'm feeling, but things that can't be expressed through words.
Art is the closest representation of the human soul.
To me, art is, it's just, I guess, at the most basic level, human expression.
For me, art connects people emotionally.
Art to me is a way of being much bigger than yourself.
Art to me is just a way to express myself, to create new worlds and new ideas.
And because of the things that you've experienced and the connections that you have, you're the only one who can create this art.
Like trying to encapsulate some kind of emotion or some kind of message into something else that's more than just like language or words.
A lot of people think that art only has to be like something of like the highest caliber, like impressionistic painting, but art can be anything made for any purpose.
Any art it just transcends what the English language is into a more powerful method of communicating things that just can't really be written down or spoken.
I decided to Google what is art to find a more concrete definition. Although there are many good definitions, my favorite one was the first one. The expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for the beauty or emotional power. And also the bullet point underneath, works produced by human creative skill and imagination. From Google's definition to everyone's personal definitions, art mentions human creativity and human spirit. Without it, everything could be called art. Objects like chairs and tables can be made differently, but are not typically classified as art. Most pieces of furniture do not have the purpose of spreading ideas. Although there is the element of human expression in many man-made items, they are often lacking the artistic purpose/idea that clearly exemplifies human spirit. The purpose of regular tables and chairs is not the same as art. Of course, there are always exceptions. There are objects that may serve a basic purpose and also have an artistic purpose, displaying human spirit. Going back to the furniture example, there are some objects that just look like they were meant to be art and some that don't. However, it's difficult to justify why or how one chair has human spirit and one doesn't. It is also crucial to consider the context of a piece because it may reveal why that art looks or sounds the way it does. Tables also clearly exemplify human spirit or lack of. Some ooze creativity while others look plain and boring. Some seem to display spirit so clearly. But where do we draw the line between what is art and what isn't? How do we know how much human spirit was put into each piece? As I was saying, the questions I am left with are, is there a scale to how artistic something is, how much human spirit was put into a piece? Could there be a criteria that all people agree on, or is art so subjective that such a rubric would be impossible? Are we thinking too hard about art? Overall, I completely agree with Werner Herzog that the cave paintings reflect the awakening of the modern human soul. Creating art, whether it be through music, theater, visual art, or dance, is a key trait that separates humans from other animals in the animal kingdom. The spirit of being human is also what makes art art. The relationship between art and the spirit of being human is direct. One cannot exist without the other. It takes a human to see the meaning and beauty in art, but also to create it. Whether you like it or not, art is all around us. What type of art will you contribute to the world?